was necessary to get to the place where we can start again.
We didn't have a deal when we started recording the record.
That's all we really ever wanted to do, was just make music.
She's from Cornelia, Georgia. We went to college together.
Kimberly and I went to college together at Stanford University. We kept in touch, and she was singing, kind of chasing her own dream. I was in Nashville, and I was singing demos and anything I could do to make a mortgage payment with music. And we started talking about, why don't we do something together?
Oh, I'm Karen. I'm from Marietta, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta. Thank you. We kid him about being the resident redneck. This is Jimmy Westbrook from Summerton, Alabama.
Kimberly and I got Jimmy on the phone, and instantly, good chemistry between the three of us.
This is Philip Sweet from Cherokee Village, Arkansas.
How y'all doing? And then I met Philip, yeah, through a songwriter friend.
We exchanged music at a Barnes & Noble, and we got in the car, and we said, man, he's cute, he makes a good first impression, but I bet he sucks. And we put a CD in of his own stuff he'd been writing, and we were blown away because there was that voice.
You got someone here who wants to make it alright, someone that loves you more than life, right here.
The two-guy, two-girl thing had never been done in country music.
The fourth person gave us versatility where you could keep a three-part harmony going along, and maybe the other person did some kind of counter melodies or things like that. We felt like that gave us more options.
And I always loved those groups too. You know, bands like the Eagles or Crosby, Stills and Nash and Young or whoever it might be. Someone could always step out and take a lead, and it gave it a different texture, and it kept the group interesting. You know, I think we kind of had that same vision for us, that let it always, you know, be interesting and be musical, but the common thread would be the harmony.
When your long day is over and you can't barely drag your feet, yeah, he's a judge and the jury too. Uncle Bill the Undertaker's son, he'll take all for you. Stop it. Cousin just said he's just crazy. He'll fight you just for fun. Mama's got a real red to burn. Daddy's got a shotgun.
If we're going to change the direction of the way this is going, and there's nowhere left to go but up, then we just have to write, and we got to make great music.
We believed in what we were doing, but I think it really took Wayne's belief too to really fuel our energy and to give us the boost that we needed.
He still ain't been found. I like you just fine, don't get me wrong.
We didn't have a deal when we started recording the record. Wayne paid for everything.
Wayne was generous enough to say, you know what, you can use my studio, you know. He played a lot of the guitar work on there. It was more of a very organic, creative experience where you would write and you would record as you went.
I like that, and I like...
That's the one I like.
I don't know why, it just feels like rhythmically that's really
same wavelength creatively. We liked a lot of the same things, so it's really easy, an easy working environment when you're in that kind of situation. The interesting thing about all of them is they don't care if they're the star or not. They all care about what's best for the song.
You didn't want to ever force it to be something. It was just let it happen and evolve and become what it is.
Comes around, Feel it breathing down heavy on you. You made that bed you laid on. Deeds that you have done now you can't undo. You got bones in your closet. You got ghosts in your town. Ain't no doubt, yeah, they're gonna come out. They're waiting for the sun to go down.
I think the next thing we wrote,
Bones. We were mad when we wrote Bones. We really needed just to get it out.
Yeah.
Frustrated.
Yeah, it felt so good after it was over.
From the beginning of where the vocals start to the end of the song, it's all vocals.
yeah, that one ended up being guys on the bottom harmony, you know, and Kimberly and I on top, and you have the melody.
Melody.
No matter who's singing the lead, when the harmonies come in, there's a sound that you go, okay, that's a Little Big Town, which that's kind of the challenge of the whole thing.
Be sure your sins will find.
I remember that song in particular when we finished it and had a representation on CD. That to me really, man, it fired me up about what was going on in the studio. There was such a creative vibe during the making of that whole song.
You can't hide from your demons. Feel them all hanging around. You're running scared 'cause you know they're out there. They're waiting for the sun to go down. I got a question for all you folks. Does anybody know anything about the Boondocks?
We finally got to release Boondocks to the radio. I think we were excited and scared to death. We were excited because we knew that song was so special, and we'd been playing it live and people were reacting to it, but yet we'd already failed at radio 2 times.
One thing I know, no matter
We were in the car, and our managers, Randy and Tracy, called and said, "You're not going to believe this, but let me read you what Robert Orman wrote." And the start of his column was like, "I take back every negative thing I've ever said about this band. The new music is a revelation." And then he went on to say just great things about Boondocks. And so right then I was like, oh, we just
That was
needed that little,
amazing. Yeah.
little shot in the arm, you
There might
know.
have been even some tears shed in that moment.
Yeah,
there
tears
were
of
tears.
joy.
There
Just
were.
like, wow, what a turnaround from where we've been
It was like,
to
they
hear
like
that.
us.
one thing I know, no matter. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Little Big Town.
Please join me in congratulating Little Big Town as I present this plaque commemorating the first 500,000 units in sales.
One really amazing thing that happened was singing at the ACMs this year.
You start seeing crowds recognizing it, and you know,
Singing along.
they're throwing their beers up, and then you've got people showing up for your shows, and
The first show the first marked moment for me, Lexington,
Lexington.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
And we had been playing bars and clubs forever. Not really many people came. And then that night we pulled into the parking lot. That place was sold out. It was packed.
you know, we're pulling in the parking lot and going, okay, who else is playing with us?
Yeah.
Why are all these people
Yeah.
here? So,
The crowds have been amazing this
Yeah.
summer.
to
I
think
mean,
that anybody showed up is so exciting.
it's shocking. We had the privilege of touring with some amazing people this year. Keith Urban and Kenny Chesney and John Mellencamp.
Get back staying on that creativity and stepping out even further and doing something else that we haven't done.
Life with my little sister, yeah, she'll make a real good wife. Hope you have lots of babies, hope you get a real good job. Hope you don't mind company, 'cause we'll be here a lot. Brother, here's some brother